Remove 11 screws. Starting from the front edge, pry open the cover and slide it out. Disconnect the battery cable. Release the DC-in cable from its enclosure. Remove 6 screws. Lift up to remove the battery. Disconnect the flat cable. Remove 4 screws. Lift up to remove the drive. Remove 4 screws. Slide the drive out of the bracket. Disconnect the flat cable from the drive. Remove the shielding. Press the latches outward on each side of the memory module to release it. Gently pull the memory module to remove it. Repeat for the second module. Disconnect the antenna leads. Disconnect the flat cable. Remove 2 screws. Lift up the card and remove it. Remove the antennas. Disconnect the keyboard flat cable. Disconnect the subwoofer cable. Remove 1 screw. Remove the subwoofer. Disconnect the cables from the main board. Release the cables from the guides. Remove 2 screws. Remove the fan. Release the cables from the guides. Remove 2 screws. Remove the fan. Loosen 7 captive screws. Lift up to remove the heatsink. Disconnect the antenna leads. Remove 1 screw. Lift up the card and remove it. Disconnect the flat cable. Remove 3 screws. Lift up to remove the USB board. Disconnect the cable from the main board. Peel off the connector and remove the cable. Disconnect the battery cable from the main board. Peel off the battery and remove it. Disconnect the touchpad cable, the keyboard backlight cable, and the EDP cable. Remove 7 screws. Lift up the board and remove it. Peel off the aluminum foil. Slide out the 2 latches. Lift up the touchpad from its enclosure and remove it. Remove 3 screws. Remove the speakers. Remove 10 screws. Lift up the hinges. Remove the keyboard bezel. Carefully pry open the bezel and remove it. Remove 3 screws. Slide the LCD panel downwards. Remove the LCD panel. Remove 10 screws. Detach the right hinge and remove it. Repeat for the other hinge. Remove 10 screw. Detach the right hinge and remove it. Repeat for the other hinge. Peel off the camera board from the cover. Disconnect the camera cable. Release the cable from the guides. Disconnect the EDP cable from the LCD panel. Release the cable from the guides and remove it.